Hello, welcome to DataWise Discovery channel. Okay, today we are going to study about class-based view. Okay, so we will see in this video about the class-based view. Okay, so first of all, I am going to just create a project. Okay, so for that, I'm going to write Django admin start project, and I'm going to name it as a project, and I'm going to go inside that project. I'm going to do Python manage.py start app, and I'm going to name it as app itself. Okay, so after that I'm going to go inside this project. In settings.py, I'm just going to write it as app. Okay, so we may need to upload this static also, so I'll just do this static one. Okay, static root is going to be base and directory slash media, and not a static root, media root. Okay, so this is going to be the media root, and the below one is going to be the media URL, and the media URL is going to be the media. Okay, so we have seen this also in our previous video. Okay, so we have seen why we need to do this. Okay, so if you have not watched my previous video, you need to watch the previous video to understand this one. Okay, so up to now all things looks good. So what I'll do is I'll just do python manage.py. I'll just do migrate. Okay, so after migrating all these things, I think we are ready to go inside this app and go inside these views, and I'll say a little bit about class-based view. Okay, so up to now till this point you have used something known as function based view. Okay, so the new thing we are going to read about is class-based view. Okay, so many people think that this class-based view will replace this function-based view. Okay, so but that is not the case. Okay, so many things can be done with these class-based views, and many things can be implemented with function-based view. Okay, so they do not replace each other, but you can use both class-based views as well as function-based view in your views.py in order to make it act or work together. Okay, so sometimes the class-based view may not do the job that you want to do, but it may be possible to do with function based view. Okay, so let me explain you further about the types of views. Okay, so there are basically the function based view and the class based view, which I have previously written over here. So why do we need class view? Okay, so we need class view to, this is of course the alternative way to implement the view in Python. Okay, so we need class based view to for two things. Okay, to in order to organize the code. So organize the code, we use the class based view. What do you mean by to organize the code? It means it have the separate method for get, post. Okay, it has separate methods like get, post. Okay, so and there is also another another advantage of class-based view, and that is mixing, which is also known as multiple inheritance. Okay, so I guess you have already seen multiple inheritance in the Python classes. Okay, so I'm not going to explain about this. So what it generally do is it just make your code reusable. Okay, makes the code reusable. Okay, so you need to remember this thing only. So the class based view is used for two reasons, and that is first one to organize the code, and the second one is for multiple inheritance. Okay, so up to now I guess you are okay. So there are still, so in the class based view also there are two types of view. Okay, there are two types of class based views. Okay, so you need to understand this thing also. So there are two types of thing. The first thing is base view, and the second one is the generic view. Okay, so second one is generic view. In this video I'm going to make this as two-part videos. Okay, so first part will be related to this base view, and the second part is going to deal with this generic view. Okay, so if I want to do this in one video, this is going to be too long. Okay, so I want to make it in two part. Okay, this base view we are going to cover in this video, and the generic view we are going to implement in the next one. Okay, so after that what you need to do is inside this I'm in views.py. okay, so inside this views.py I'm going to show you the old method by using the function based. Okay, so first of all what we have done previously is make one function based view, and we have just done http response, and we have said hello old. Okay, so we have said hello world. For this http response I'm going to import from django.http import http response. Okay, now after that what I need to do is go into the project url, and what you need to do is you need to just import include, and you need to do two settings. Okay, so for django.conf we need to import the settings, and from django.conf.urls.static you need to import static. So after that you need to go inside this static in the line number 19. You need to copy this code, copy it, and just paste it outside this urls.patterns. Okay, so you need to just paste it over here. So after that what you need to do is add the path. Okay, so I will add the path, and over here I'm going to include my app.urls. okay, so after this I'm going to go inside my app directory and create a file, and that file name is going to be urls.py, and in this urls.py from django.urls I'm going to input what you known as path. We have already also seen this url patterns, where it is not showing me url patterns, and over here I'm going to give the path. I'm not providing anything over here. I'm also going to input, okay, like go over here in the urls.py from the current file location dot views. I want to import all the things that are present in the view. Okay, so I'll do just this wildcard, so it will do from dot views input all the things. Okay, so in the views.py I have made the function name so I'm going to give the name so, and the name is going to be so itself. Okay, after this what I'm going to do is let me run the server. So over here I'm going to write it as python manager.py run server. After this I'm going to open this one, and over here I'm saying hello old successfully. Okay, so I guess you have followed my lecture, then this should not be the problem. Okay, so we have used simple function based view over here. Okay, so now let's make the class based view in my views.py. Okay, so I have previously said class based view does not replace this function based view, but it has some advantages. So the first advantage was it was helpful in order to helpful in organizing your code, as well as it is used for this multiple inheritance. Okay, so now first of all, to use the class based view, what you need to do is a base view. What you need to do is you need to import. Okay, so from the Django views you need to import the view class. Okay, so view. After that, what you need to do is you can implement the same function based view using the class based view. So the first thing, it is going to be the class view, and it is going to import from the view. And look over here, so I'm going to make my function get. Okay, so get, and the get will always take these two parameters. Self is, we have already seen this self in the previous our Python course. Okay, so you may have also, so it will take this self and the request as first parameter. Okay, so after that I'm just going to do HTTP response for the time this time. So this is my view. So I guess I have written the class as my view, and I am going to inherit from this view class. Okay, so there is going to be the get post such method. Okay, so this part of the things is what it, this part implements that code, this organizing the code. Okay, so we can write all this get request from here, and if you want to implement the post request, then you just write post, and you need to provide the two arguments, two parameters, that is self and request. Okay, so up to now I think it's okay. Now what you need to do is in urls.py, what you need to do is you need to do some little things. Okay, so over here you need to do view and view, and you need to write the name of the function. Your name of the function was my view dot as view. Okay, so what it will do, I'll explain. Wait for a moment. Okay, so I'll just write view. Okay, so here we are providing, over here we are providing the class name and dot as view. Okay, so as view, what it does is it converts the class based view to function based view. Okay, so in order to convert the class based view to the function based view, we use like this, or it is also explained as it is the bridge for the Django URL. Okay, so this is Django URL and the class based view. Okay, so it also acts as the bridge, but you can just remember like this. Okay, just it converts this function based view to the class based view to the function based view. Okay, so that much you will understand. Then for the moment it will be okay. Okay, so after that what I can do is in the class based view, let me go over here to the website and just go to views, and over here, so it is saying me page not found. I don't know why it is. So over here it is not getting this, not views, only view. Okay, so view, if I do enter, so this is my view. Okay, so now we have made class based view in our views.py. Okay, so after that what you can do is you may have seen this concept also. Okay, so if I provide my name as Mohan, let's say Mohan, and this is known as class variable. Okay, so anything that's written over here is known as class based variable, and you have also seen how to access that thing. Okay, so in order to access this thing, we can write it as self dot name. Okay, and I need to provide it in f string. So if I run this code again, then I'll get my name as Mohan also over here. Okay, so we have we have so this is nothing but what I have said, class variable. Okay, so we have already seen the class variable and instance variable in our Python lectures also. So I think you may be familiar with this one. Okay, so I assume that you are familiar with this thing. So we have said about the second thing. Okay, so we have already seen about the organizing the code in the class based view. Okay, so this is the thing that is implementing this organizing the code, and the second thing is the multiple inheritance. Okay, so I am going to show you about the multiple inheritance. For the inheritance, what I am going to do is, let's say I'm going to make a new class. Let's say this class name is child1. So the child name is my view. Okay, so define get. Okay, so this is going to be, so I have made the new class, and that's I'm writing the get. So the get method will always take two method. Okay, so the two method is going to be self and the request. So you can remember this thing. Okay, so we can write return http response, and if that class is being, my view is being inherited in this child class, then I can use that name variable. Okay, name class variable in my inherited class also. Okay, so in order to use this is child view. Okay, so after this I will give you self dot name. Okay, so for this also child view I need to go do my urls stuff. Okay, so I'll go to the urls, and in this what I'm going to do is, let's say path, and I'm going to just give it a side, and I should write my name of the class, that child view, and I need to provide it as view. So what it does, it child view, what it does is, it as child views as view, what it does is it converts this child into the function. So what I've done is I'll change my name to child view. Okay, so over here this child view should be recognized, so child view. Okay, so the I'm going to provide the name as child. Okay, so after that what I'm going to do is let me just run the server and go over here and just do the child. Okay, so it is showing me this child thing also. Okay, so you can, now what you can do is you can write your code like this. Okay, so if you have made uh, let's say you have made the student objects. Okay, you have created the table, and you have this student model, and you want to bring all the things that is present in that model, then you can just do it in your this parent class, and you can just inherit and just use this. Let's say let me write that about this one. Okay, so you can use this student, this is known as query set. Okay, so you can use this in over here in your child view also. Okay, so you can do all kinds of inheritance stuff by using this class thing. We have already seen this IKs also. So what we are currently doing is, we are currently doing this class base view. Okay, so what we are currently doing is class base view. So now I'll create the template folder. Okay, so I'll go over here and I'll just create the templates, and inside this I'm going to create my home dot HTML. Okay, so now I'll click shift N1 and then hit enter. After that I'll get this bunch of code, and after that I'm going to show the little things over here. Okay, so H1. Okay, first of all I need to bring the bootstrap. Okay, so go to your browser and type bootstrap. Okay, you need to go to this download or go to this docs and go to the downloads, and over here you will get CDN by JS deliver. You just copy it, come to the code, and below this just paste it. Okay, so after pasting this, now you can use the bootstrap classes. Okay, so after that what you can do is class, let's say text center, and alert is going to be alert danger, and let's say this is base class view form. Okay, so we are going to create a form also over here. So for this what I'm going to do is let's say I'm going to create a container. Inside the container unit row, and I'm going to give the column as 10. Okay, so I'm not explaining this bootstrap stuff for now. Okay, so bootstrap I will make the separate video for the bootstrap also. So in this video you just watch it and code along with me. Okay, so now you can also write in the form. Okay, so inside the form what you need to do is make a just go inside this and in the bootstrap. So you should not make this form also, so let me not make this form also. Go to the bootstrap. Okay, and search for form. Okay, so form form, and you will see over here at the first, copy this first one. Okay, so I have just copied this one, and what I'll do is just paste it over there. Okay, so I'll make some changes over here, so watch it carefully. Okay, I'll remove these two things. Okay, so I have removed this check form check and this password also. Okay, so after that what I'm going to do is remove this one also, and over here what I'm going to take the name. Let me do this first one. So over here I'm going to make this as full name. Okay, so over here let me do two things only. Okay, so let me say this as a full name, and let me copy this, control C, and I'm just going to paste it, control B, and let me say this is the type is going to be the text over here. So I'm going to pass it into my views as, let's say, name itself. Okay, so over here email, and the name is going to be the email itself. Okay, so name is going to be the email itself. Okay, and the type is email. That's good. Over here I'm just writing this as email, and let me say the last thing we want is the age. Okay, so this is going to be the age, and in the type the age is going to be the number. Okay, so number number, so we are going to pass it as name is equal to that is going to be the age itself. Okay, so we have this submit button also, so all good over here. So above, just below the form tag, what you need to do is write the CSRF token. Okay, so you should not forget this CSRF token, and in the method is nothing but the post one. Okay, the method is post, and the action is going to be So over here what I'm just saying is just go to the URL name home. Okay, so I'm just doing this much. So I'll go to the urls.py and make that home view. Okay, so after for this let me go to the views.py first and work over here and then go at that side. Okay, so over here what we are going to do is create a home view, and this is going to inherit from this view. Okay, so inside the view we are going to write the method, and this get is always going to take the two parameters, that's self and request, and we are going to return render. And the first thing the render text is request, and the second thing is home.html. Okay, so after that I need to go to the urls.py and let me comment this one so also so. Okay, so I don't need that one, so I'm just commenting that code. So I'm writing the path as I'm not going to provide anything over here, and this is going to be the home view. This is a class name, and you need to write as view to convert the class view to the function based view, and I'll give the name as home. Okay, okay, after this is going to inside me home view. Inside this home we have rendered this home.html. Okay, so let me check that first whether this will work or not. So let me go over here, let me hit enter. So I'm getting this kind of form perfectly. Okay, so in order to send this data to my backend, okay, so to the database, what I need to create is, now we need to create the models. Okay, so in the models.py you need to create a model over here. So the model name is going to be the class student. It is going to inherit from models.model. We have already seen this. So the name is going to be, let's say, models dot character field. Max length is going to be, let's say, 30, and let's say is going to be the integer field. Okay, so I think we have also created that email field also. Okay, so let me make that email also. Okay, so for that email is going to be models dot email field. Okay, so up to now this thing is okay. After creating this model you need to do that two magical step. That means python manage.py run server. After running this server, what you need to do is python manage.py migrate. Okay, so what I did, run server, I need to do make migrations and migrate. Okay, so manage.py make migrations. Okay, is it all python manage.py migrate. Okay, so now in my database it will create a file now. So app student, so it is getting this name is an email over here. Okay, so after that, after creating this model, I'll go to the views.py, and over here I'm going to import that model. Okay, so from dot models I'm going to import the student model, and below over here what I'm going to do is just I'm going to show this HTML, and in order to process that post request I'm going to make the separate method in my home view. Okay, so it is going to take the two things, that first is self and the second one is a method. Okay, after that what you need to do is we need to paste that in a variable. So name, let's say name is equal to request dot get request dot. So up to now what we have done is create this models.py. Okay, so we have done this, and inside the views.py I have provided the name. Okay, so name, and let's say age is going to be request dot post, and this is going to take the age. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this one, Control C, and below this I'm going to do Control B, and this is going to be the email, and over here this is going to be the email one. Okay, so after that I'm going to just do student dot objects dot create, and I'm going to provide the name as name, age as age, and email as email. Okay, so after doing this thing I'm going to redirect to the home page. Okay, so I need to now import this home, so I'm going to over here and just going to do the redirect thing. Okay, so I'm going to import this redirect. After completion of that form I'm going to go to that page itself. Okay, so after that I'm going to go over here, fill my name over here. So my name is Mohan Orel, and below over here I'm going to provide my email address. So mohanorel, let's say 1@gmail.com. let's say my age is 45, and if I hit this submit button, so it is taking time over here. So I guess I have not run the server, so I need to run the server first. After that I'll just do continue. Okay, so this page is not working right now. Why? I don't know. Method not allowed post. This is not method, this is post. Okay, so after this I'm going over here just to refresh to continue, and let me check my database. Okay, so in my database I'm going to go, and if I do refresh now I am getting this data in my database also. Okay, so we have correctly done this thing. Okay, so up to now we have seen these in views we have seen this get method, post method also. Okay, so but there are lots of methods. Okay, so there is post, get, update, patch, and there is a lot of things in this view. Okay, you can write that much of functions. So up to now we have all the base view. Okay, so if you have done this correctly and if you do understand this all these things, okay, so please hit the like button, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Okay, and now in the next video now we are going to work with a generic view. Okay, so in the next video we are going to discuss about the generic view. Okay, so have a nice day and cheers.